Alright, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Okay guys, my name is Muhamad Zaim Firdaus. So in this video, my role is as Mr. David Miller. I'm the CEO and founder of this company from US. So yeah, we are doing the negotiation process between US and Malaysia. Basically, my role and my job is to negotiate properly, to focus on the green sector of investment that will be doing in Malaysia.
My name is Muhammad Zarif Amzar bin Zainal Abidin. So in this video, I am Ahmad Faizal. So my role in this video is a local business consultant and cultural facilitator. So I responsible to bridge cultural gaps, provide local insight and interpret subtle signals.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Razin Azmi. In this video, my name is Hafiz Ahmad as a Senior Investment Officer in Malaysian Investment Development Authority, MIDA.
Hello, I am Nurjahirah, and in this video I act as a Miss Rachel Thompson as a Legal and Compliance Advisor.
Let's talk about trade negotiations first. President Trump has said there are 150 countries, that it's not quite possible to see everyone. What is the progress on US-Malaysia negotiations at the moment? How active is that?
We've started the negotiations with the US, and my last meeting with USTR was about 2 weeks ago during the sidelines of the APEC conference. And our team is going to the US again next week. So negotiations ongoing. As you know, we have a 90-day pause, and we try to come up with some mutual understanding on the...
Good morning. My name is Ahmad Faizal and this is my partner.
My name is Hafiz Ahmad.
Hafiz and Faizal. Yes. Alright, good morning. My name is David Miller. I'm from the States. So this is my secretary in charge in legal and compliance, Miss Rachel. So yeah, we are in Asia now.
Yes.
It's a nice place. My first time here.
Yeah, so cool, right?
Okay, so where are we? Where can we start?
So I'm honored to facilitate this session between our company and your company. So for today's focus, we focus on exploring mutual opportunities in Malaysia in green economy.
So we are actively seeking partners to innovate in renewable energy and sustainable technologies in Malaysia.
Okay, so that's great. After our department, our research department in our company, led by our team in the States, we have made some research that we found that Southeast Asia, as example Malaysia, one of the region that we decided to expand our business, our investment. They might be FDI, foreign direct investment, or maybe we can do any JV, joint venture, with any company that we might interested doing this. What about you, Rachel?
So we actually really appreciate this platform to clarify the legal and regulatory for these matters, but it's quite crucial for us to fully understand the landscape before we committing this investment.
Mr. Faizal and Mr. Hafiz,
Yes.
maybe you guys can explain to us about what are the Malaysian government requirement, the localities, authorities, legal factors and all, and explain to us. Maybe we can understand more about Malaysia.
Alright, for the legal structure and equity rules, foreign investor can choose several types of legal structures. That the most common is private limited company is Sedan Berhad. The foreigner are generally allowed to own 100% equity in many industries, especially in manufacturing and services. However, some restricted sectors such as telecommunication, education and oil and gas require a local partnership and equity condition.
So So foreign company, if you want to start a business in Malaysia, so FDI usually managed by MIDA, Malaysia Investment Development Authority. So you need to, like what we call, foreign company must also register with SSM and get necessary license or permit. As we know, you are from another country, so if you want to start business in Malaysia, you need to register with SSM and get necessary permit or license. So FDI usually managed by MIDA, Malaysia Investment Development Authority, so that you can fully owned by your company.
Alright, for the taxation incentive, Malaysia offer a tax incentive for foreign investor, especially through MIDA, such as pioneer status is partial tax exemption and investment tax allowance. The last one is MSC Malaysia status for ICT related companies for the registration with the Inland Revenue Board in LHDN in a compliance with income tax and withholding tax requirement in mandatory. For the last one is labour, immigration and rules. For the foreign companies hiring, expatriate must apply for the employment pass from the immigration department. And the last one is a minimum salary threshold.
Well, first of all, I'm quite happy that US is here today in this APEC. It shows that the dialogue is happening with the United States and all APEC member economies. And if you can see the recent success as well between the US and China over the weekend, right? What they've agreed on the pause. But it shows that dialogue is important. That's why a platform like APEC is important. So for us, is continue to engage. But Malaysia and ASEAN has stated our position, right? We have stated that we continue to believe in the rule-based multilateral trading system, and we always believe in ASEAN centrality and ASEAN neutrality, right? For Malaysia especially, that position of neutrality, given the geopolitical and geoeconomic landscape today, is important, and that's why we continue to believe in the principles of rule-based multilateral trading system, multilateralism basically.
Speaking about different trade relationships, I know that your Prime Minister was in Russia talking up the closer collaboration as well with that country in, digital versus military sectors and so forth. How do you balance that relationship with some of the unresolved accountability that's still lingering over MH17?
Yes. So on that issue, as I'll quote our Prime Minister, Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim did register his concerns about MH17 in the meeting in Russia. But at the same time, like I said, we continue to believe in that principle of neutrality, so we engage Russia. And of course, when it comes to BRICS, we have also applied to be a member of BRICS. Russia is a member of BRICS. And a few weeks back, we had President Xi visiting. And next week, a week and a half time, we have the ASEAN GCC as well, and ASEAN GCC China after ASEAN GCC. So we'll continue to engage all countries, all economic blocs. Like I said, it's important that we continue to have dialogues with everyone.
Was the Prime Minister able to secure any assurances from Russia?
I think I'm not there. The meeting is still happening. What I understand and what Prime Minister has stated, he's registered his concerns.
Do you see the truce that has come about between the US and China as potentially helping in the trade as well? And just circling back, do you see the chances of a framework of an agreement being agreed before the 90 days has been likely?
That's a tough question. I think, honestly, definitely that's a positive development, right, between US and China. But for Malaysia, we are looking at trying to conclude this as early as possible. If it's within 90 days, yes, that's the aim. But if it's sooner, the better. I'm optimistic if we can resolve issues that are concerning the US and to a certain extent Malaysia as well, then we can conclude this earlier than 90 days.
Cool. That's interesting. We keen to know more about Malaysia. Seems like we are aligned and we are on the same page. So maybe we can work more in this, right?
Alright, Mr. David.
Yeah.
Our government has identified solar energy transition as a key factors under the National Energy Transition Roadmap. This is a green tech investor eligible for tax incentive and expected approvals.
You said solar energy, is it from the solar panel?
Yeah, sure.
That's quite familiar in the States, in the US. We also familiar with that source of energy. That's a good thing to hear. Maybe US, our country is planning to invest $35 million in the solar panel assembly plant. Maybe we want to find a huge place, a vast base location in Malaysia that we can invest and we can plant the solar panel there. Maybe you can suggest which is the best location that we can choose to invest the $35 million, because we think that Malaysia has the best sunlight. I mean, Malaysia has the weather that always receives sunlight, because in US the summer weather is like 3 months only, and that might be bad for us for the business. Maybe in Malaysia and the central location of Asian specifically, the solar panel business might be good source of energy that we can transform from the solar to the electrical energy, and we can sell it to the end users, to the localities, to the consumers. Maybe we can work for it, right?
Is in water bodies. Like you can use it over reservoirs or offshore areas. For instance, Singapore is experimenting with install floating solar PV on Tengah Reservoir, which is one of the largest in the world. Singapore is leading on this space in the world.
For Eigen Energy founder Kevin Sim, solar energy has always been something of interest to him.
Like back in secondary school, there was like a solar car race challenge and all. So the interest definitely started from there. And coupled with the fact that upon graduation, it was actually fledgling. It was a nascent industry at the moment, and it was quite opportune time. And I think there was a lot of potential, and it is a lot. I incorporated Eigen Energy on my own, and along the way, then we found partners and team members that are aligned in our vision, which is basically to provide renewable energy solutions for the Singapore Southeast Asia market.
When Eigen Energy was incorporated in 2015, technological advancements in batteries and photovoltaic or PV cells had brought down the cost of solar panels. But as an unknown entity with no track record, Kevin faced a number of rejections before someone was willing to give his new company a try.
Our very first big break was actually with the United Nations. So we had a reverse osmosis project in the Maldives, and obviously that gave us a lot of visibility and track record to start with. And then along the way, we were very fortunate to acquire quite prolific customers like banking institutions, tertiary universities, and up to recently, we have our large majority of clients come from the oil and gas industry. In the past 5 years, actually, we've installed more than 100,000 panels across a wide spectrum of industries and clientele.
To let you know, Mr. David and Ms. Rachel, our country has a value and culture that appreciate partnership. So this approach might be work for both of us, and this can be effective transactional discussion.
So thank you Mr. Hafiz and Mr. Firdaus for the explanation. We actually like to know more about the IP rights, environmental compliance, and also whether foreign ownership is permitted here or not.
Alright, thank you for your questions. You will be pleased to know that Malaysia classifies as a green technology as a strategic priority sector. And in this category, we will permit 100% foreign ownership. This policy is designed to attract cutting-edge innovation and global expertise.
Thank you, Zafrul. JP Ong here. He's going to be there for about 3 days, that is Chinese President Xi Jinping. What will be discussed? And I do want to get your thoughts also on the concern about possibly Chinese products that might be hit by these U.S. tariffs, perhaps finding other markets and providing more competitive pressures, such as, say, in places like Malaysia, for instance.
Yes. Well, he'll be here for meetings for 1 full day. It's just that the trip, because of he's going to be going to 2 other ASEAN countries. What's going to be discussed, I believe, apart from a bilateral relationship between Malaysia and China, we're also going to discuss about ASEAN, as Malaysia, as you stated earlier, is taken over the chairmanship of ASEAN for this year. And we're looking at all the issues, challenges that are facing 2 countries, especially for my portfolio on trade and investment. On the question about trade diversion, I think that's something that we have always been wary of, mindful of, ever since people have been talking about China +1, ASEAN, Taiwan +1, Europe +1. And this is where the impact has been positive so far, but the tariffs that has been imposed recently and the trade war that has escalated between US and China will have an impact to ASEAN, not just in terms of demand and supply, but also in terms of trade diversion. So we are watching this closely, as people are saying and companies are worried that there will be a trade diversion, basically trade flows that will be diverted to other regions, including ASEAN and Malaysia.
Minister, given the 90-day reprieve or pause, what is the latest communication with the Trump administration? How much of FaceTime are you getting with the Trump administration? And what are you discussing at the moment? Is it lowering the tariffs, removing the tariffs?
Yes. Well, Malaysia is taking a bilateral and multilateral approach. Bilateral, of course, we are engaging the US. Multilateral, we are engaging the US also through ASEAN. ASEAN has come up with a statement, and so has Malaysia, that we are going to engage the US, and we do not believe in any retaliatory tariff actions. And we want to continue to engage the US. And we all also agree that the rule-based multilateral trading system is the way to go. For Malaysia, we have our officers in Washington, both our ministry as well as our embassy are have been engaging the administration. Of course, our foreign minister has also been engaging with the Secretary of State. And when you look at the tariff, I mean, there has been debate, and we have been very clear that we are not imposing such high tariffs to the US. In fact, our applied effective tariff rate to the US is around 5.6%. So these are, I guess, it's still early days. What we welcome is the reprieve. It gives an opportunity to explore and then negotiate.
Is your counterpart laying out what the Trump administration is looking to achieve here, or specifically what it's looking from Malaysia? And does that somehow make it difficult for Malaysia to stay neutral between the US and China?
At the moment, I don't believe it's making it difficult to be neutral. In fact, during our conversations, there's never been a request to choose a side. If there's any request, it's more about technology security. It's more about ensuring trade imbalances are addressed. As you know, Malaysia has a trade surplus with the US. And finally, about non-tariff barriers, right? It's about opening and liberalizing some of the policies and bureaucracies that may impede trade between Malaysia and US.
Alright, as for intellectual property rights, Malaysia enforce protection to the MyIPO system, and our IP laws are aligned with WIPO standards and ensuring legal safeguard for patent, trademark and design. Your proprietary technologies will be well protected.
So that's actually too reassuring. So can we know about the repatriation of profit and also the labor law?
Allowed to fully repatriate profits, including capital, dividends, and royalties. There are no foreign exchange controls on outbound transfer for legitimate business purpose. Right, in terms of labour, we are encouraged that local talent development, especially in the green industries. However, For specialist roles, expected are welcome to under the professional visit pass, and our agency works closely with Talent Corp to streamline this process and assist with talent assistance.
From a cultural perspective, Mr. Hafiz, Ms. Rachel and Mr. David, I recommend to have a soft launch ceremony with Malaysian government and community presence. So all of this will build goodwill and trust.
That's a quite long explanation from you guys, but that will be good for me and Ms. Rachel from the States. We'll adopt with the approach that Malaysian government has state. We will work on it and we will research and study more about the profitable, the tax and all about the investment things in Malaysia before we proceed with our next move. Maybe you guys can bring me to the sites or maybe factories or maybe the plant that I can look eye to eye in real about it. That will be the best for me.
Thank you, Mr. David. I believe that we can support most of your key priorities for the green technology project. We can offer up to 7-year pioneer status tax incentive depending on the project sustainability impact and technology level. For the environmental impact assessment for approved green investment are fast tracked under our green lane policy, so the streamline of processing is certainly feasible. And for the regarding the regarding ASEAN market access, I will connect you to the team with our ASEAN Free Trade Facilitation Unit which works closely with exporters to optimize cross-border procedure.
So great. So can you also provide a written guidelines on operational licensing and environmental reporting, so we can review that on our internal compliance check?
Ms. Rachel and Mr. David, so Malaysian partner may avoid expressing disagreement openly due to cultural norms. It is respectful to interpret subtle cues and have private follow-ups to maintain smooth communication and progress.
We'll be mindful of that and we will avoid the pressuring for immediate responses because we understand and we know that Malaysian culture is like more calm and relaxed, not very pressuring, not very fast-paced, right? So we try to adapt your situation and your cultural belief in Malaysia. We will work on it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz and Mr. Faisal. This session is very productive for me and for Rachel. We from the States very appreciate your efforts and your time. So, as a result, we are keen to proceed this investment and we will draft the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, as soon as possible by next month.
Wow, that's great. We are pleased to move forward. MIDA will begin preparing the MOU, which will outline the approved incentive and environmental compliance expectation and a provisional timeline for necessary approvals.
That's great. So I just want to remind you to send in the full regulatory framework for our final review, so we can get our legal sign-off in the parallel.
Mr. Hafiz, Ms. Rachel and Mr. David, congrats to both of us. So to sum up, today's meeting wasn't just about business. It's marked the beginning of a strong and respectful partnership across borders. So the collaboration, shared vision and mutual understanding displayed today set a solid foundation for future success together. So thank you so much. That's from me.
Alright, I couldn't agree more. Thank you for all. We value this collaboration and look forward to a sustainable, successful journey together. Alright, that's okay.
Alright, thank you so much. Okay, thank you.